Morning, tubers. Guess what time it is? This is Earl from Virginia. It's Friday, January 23rd. Somewhere around 9:15 in the morning. And thought I'd give you a shot of myself. Shaving a haircut 2 bits. Got my head buzzed yesterday. We're going digging today, man. It's been months since I've been. I think it was December 22nd. And heck, man, we got a good day today. This afternoon, we're going to get a snowstorm tonight here in the Shenandoah Valley, Virginia. We got another one coming Monday. This is probably my chance to get out and dig. I got about 4.5 hours to dig today, so I'm going to enjoy it. First, I'm going to enjoy this sandwich. Sausage, egg, and cheese, baby. And we're going to take the Garrett AT Pro. I'm going to fool around with some settings this morning on my iron discrimination. And got a full thermos of coffee. Got my Gilker's chocolate milk. Got a pack of smokes and gas at $1.96 a gallon. $15 about got me 3/4 tank of gas. I don't think I've seen that forever. But we're going digging in the field today, guys. There it is. I'm up in the front corner. I know there's stuff up here. There's a bunch of iron up here, but got the breastplate just about right there where I got my film focused right now. Got that watch over there. The sword guard came from just about right there. I'm gonna fool around up here up front for a little bit and see what we can find. But first I want to do a quick shout out. I got a hold of a gentleman named Treasure Hound yesterday, and Team Hornbush, you guys are gonna know him. He's part of your group, Randy. He got a hold of me through the spot on a message, a PM private message. We ended up yakking for about an hour and a half through emails and private messages and everything. We got a lot in common. He seems like a really good guy, and wanted to shout out to Randy and Team Hornbush, and of course my buddy Jeff in Tennessee. Hey Jeff, by the way, I sent you a PM, man. Read it real quick. Give me a response back or reply back. Let me know what you think or what you're gonna do, and then we're gonna go digging. Let me finish my sandwich, and hopefully the next time you see me, we'll be digging some brass or something good this morning. I'm feeling good, man. It's been about a month since I've dug, and I want to dig some buttons. I might even get a plate today. I feel like today's the day for another plate. Start off the year right. All right, guys. Later. Oh, I really wanted to show you my do-rag, man. Show you patriotism. Get a do-rag. I wear these all the time hunting. They work out really good in the heat, and you use them for wipes and in the winter to keep your head warm. I don't like wearing the hat with the headphones, so I just put on a do-rag and do what I got to do, man. But this is what I usually look like in the field. I got my red, white, and blue hat. My wife got me that for Christmas, or my birthday, actually. And so this is what I look like in the field. And I got my, I don't know if you can see that or not, if it's in focus, my DIV sweatshirt, and I got my Walls bibs on, and my thermal underwear, tops and bottoms. It's about 30 degrees out. The frost is just breaking off the ground. It was 26 this morning. It's about 30 right now, maybe about 31, 32. And one last thing I wanted to bring up. If you guys haven't been to movies lately, you got to go see American Sniper. My wife and I went last weekend. It has got to be one of the best movies I think I've ever seen in my life. So if you got a chance, my recommendation for the day is to go watch American Sniper, man. That is a killer freaking movie. And if you love this country at all, like I do, although I'm not too happy with my president, and I didn't vote for him either time, but that's another story. But I do love this country, and we got a lot of freedoms, and our soldiers and our veterans and those who gave their lives, they're the ones responsible for it. So it is a super freaking movie. Go see it. American Sniper. Go see it. All right, guys. Later. See you at the hole. All right. Been out about 10 minutes. I'm actually digging right along this rock line here because my sword piece is right behind me. There's a bunch of iron in here, but I'm pretty sure it's from the boxes up there. Could be part of my sword too, but I'm passing over some of the irons, the lower signals on the iron. Been doing that so far. There's still a lot of good signals left in this field. Once I get done with them, I'll start digging this iron out. But I got a box of iron at home, but it's not a whole lot. Been avoiding it. I did get a shot. Looks like just a small pistol ball, what it looks like. Or part of a mini, one or the other, I'm not sure which. But let's move on to the next hole. See y'all later. Alright, my second signal. Hasn't been long since the first one. I don't know if you can see it. It's right there, and I believe it's going to be a drop 58. You know I got to dig them drop 58s out of this field. Hit it just a little bit. Got to be a little bit more careful, but it's kind of tough. I'm right on the edge of this rock line and fighting around that. No big deal. It's got a great patina to it, but it's a drop 58. First one for the day. You know I dig plenty of them in out of this field. Might find a cleaner or two today. I haven't dug any of them for the last hunt or two. Alright guys, let's go see what else we can find. Later. Alright, I just got a low to mid 50s signal down about 4 inches, and you can probably see it right there. Thought it was a button for a second, but it's a J hook. Found a couple other J hooks right here in this general area, and a pack triangle. This is a pretty good one here. It's a right hand hook, what I call a right hand hook. Got a 2 lefts. This makes 3 rights and 2 lefts out of this field. Love the J hooks, man. Nice brass. I think I'll fool around here a little bit. This is where I had some luck last time. And trying to slow down, just dig. Everything sounds decent at all. Maybe we'll find another buckle. Who sees? Wouldn't mind finding a button or two as well. Alright guys, this is Earl from Virginia. Having a fun dig this morning. Got a piece of camp lead over there. Didn't film that. And a matchbox car in front of another one, but I might show them later. No big deal. They're all smashed up a little bit, so it's no big deal. Alright guys, J-hook later. Bye. Well, I think I just got the find of my day for probably today, and we'll find out here in a second. But got a 66 to 70 signal, and just flipped up one plod, and I seen something fall out, and I'm pretty sure that's it, and I'm not almost positive. Yep, it's going to be an Enfield, Confederate Enfield musket ball, and that sucker is dropped. And let's see if it's got a, doesn't have a basswood plug. It's missing. It's got a little small dang right there on the lip. But other than that, man, it's probably been, I'll be willing to bet, 7 years or more since I dug an Enfield. That's freaking cool as heck. That's a nice Confederate bullet drop, and it's gonna probably have a nice patina to it. I come up here in the front of this field. I'm not far from the trash line or where they dug a power line, buried some cables. But like I say, just as soon as you get out of the trash, it seems like all the Civil War relics are coming in right as soon as you get to the trash. I've dug a ton of aluminum, man. They're putting out some really good brass signals, 50, 55, 58. But man, that probably just made my day right there. It's been a long time since I dug an Enfield bullet, and that's a pretty nice one. Doesn't look like it has any markings. It's just got a real small, deep dimple base. A lot of times they had a basswood plug that went in here and then held a paper cartridge in. That's a nice Confederate Enfield bullet right there, buddies. See y'all later at the next haul. This is Earl from Virginia. Later. Well, probably 30 seconds and a foot away from the Enfield. Man, I'm still stuck about that Enfield bullet. I got me another signal. You can see right there. It's a button. It's got a shank on it, but I already know this thing's gone. I can see part of the rim right there just fell off. Yep. Nice cuff button. It's typical Jeff in Tennessee. You can feel my pain on this one. Heck, I don't want to play with it too much. It had two-piece buttons, cuff. It's probably gonna eagle, but man, a foot away from that Enfield bullet. Could have been a little Confederate button, but I don't think it would have been little like that. I'm pretty sure it's just an eagle cuff, and it was shallow, so there wasn't much hope for this thing. I'll try to find a face of it, but I'm sure it's probably gone. Alright guys, to the next hole. Later. Alright, it's been about a half hour. Digging a freaking backhoe part at about 19-20 inches in the ground. It was just screaming brass, and I had to dig, and I thought it was a shell. But I just got another signal. Wasn't deep. And it's going to be another drop 3-ringer. Not too far. It's got a ding in it, but that's probably that's not for me. That's probably from the plow. And a little funky top. They might try to clean that one up. Looks like it might have had just a worm to touch the, barely touching the top. Maybe that's what that is. It tried to worm it out. It's a dropped one. Little ding there, and possibly a entry wound of a wormhole. But 58, and see you at the next hole, guys. Later. This is Earl. Just got a good signal, but not too deep, about 4 inches deep. It turns out to be a big old chunk of camp lead. Yeah. Nah, I can't tell it's a bullet or anything. If it was, it's a couple bullets. Just a big old chunk of camp lead. Pretty good size. Gotten a bunch of camp lead out of this hill. This is another one. Alright, see you all at the next hole. Later, Earl. Alright. Been a little while. I'm starting to move up the field a little bit. I'm still close to my truck. I don't know if it shows up or not. I can't even see the screen. Here's my truck where I started. Got a hole. It's about, I don't know, 6 inches deep. And I seen something green pop out, and I think I know what it is. And if it is, it's my find of the day. By far beats my infield. This thing's freaking screaming because I don't think I have one like it. So let's take a peek. Let's look at it together. You see anything yet? I see something green. Anybody have any clues what that is? It's right there. I'll give you a heads up. It's got something to do with cavalry, if you don't know what it is. But what I don't have is one that's got a dish back like that. But if you don't know what it is quite yet, there's 2 holes on the end. I'm pretty sure we got a Bit Boss. So let's flip it over. This thing says CS or something cool as heck. I just scream bloody murder. But there it is. Alright, it's going to have a circle, and in the middle of this dirt, there's going to be probably a US in the middle, but I have never seen one quite as small on the ends as this one and with the deep cones like that. So let's find out what we got. Heck, this might have a letter on it. No. It's intertwined US. I definitely don't have one like that. That's screaming. Mine are always a little bit wider. Let me get cleaned up here a little bit more. Hang on. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm as stoked as all heck. I think this is an earlier model. I don't know. If you guys, I'm not all up to date on the Bit Bosses. Mine are usually flat surface with US side by side. This thing is just all bad. It's got the intertwined US and the C on the outside, which is going to be a US Cavalry. That's a bridle bit boss that goes on the side of your bridle bit. Should be one on each side. I think this is an earlier model. It's got a cut back. I never have one with the dish back. They're always usually flat with little dimples on the back. Really fine dimples, like textured. This is dished. It's coned out. It's got a little bit of curvature, probably the curvature of the bridle. I don't think it's bent. I think it's I think that's the way it is. But US Cavalry. I know right over there, about half mile, Custer's Cavalry was picketed or held up about 11 o'clock before the 3rd Battle of Winchester for the big cavalry charge. Yeah, I'd love to say this is part of Custer's Cavalry Corps, but there's no way heck to know that. But there is my find of the day. And what a way to start 2015 off. Man, I am so freaking stoked. I got me an infield bullet. I haven't dug one of them in 8 years. I'm shaking, and my camera's probably shaking all over the place. That is just the coolest bridle bit I think I've ever seen. Usually an ear's broke off, The hole at the bottom, I haven't cleaned it all. I haven't cleaned this thing up all the way. I just took a piece of straw and picked it out and then brushed it. But that thing, guys, it don't get better, no better than that. I think almost like that as much as I do a plate. That's just all bad. Alright guys, I'm ratting on too much. I'm having a good time. I haven't dug a whole lot of stuff. This is by far the coolest thing I've dug so far today. I got a pocket full of aluminum cans, tabs, pull tabs. You got to dig them though. They're in that brass signal range most of the time. They're 50, 55, 56. I did dig a big old backhoe part down there for about 2 feet deep that wasted about a half hour time. I thought it was a shell. But this makes up for it right here. I'm digging in there where there's not a whole lot of signals. But that's all counts right there. I'll see you guys. This is all from Virginia. Having a great day. Later. I hope you all have a good day too. And brace yourselves for the snow that's coming. Well, just got a signal. It's mid-55s. I thought it was going to be a piece of brass or a piece of trash, but it turns out it's another, that's an old hit. It's not me. It's got a little ding on the bottom. It's pretty much dropped, another drop 58. It's just a plow hit. But it's kind of weird signal. It wasn't that deep. It's mid-55s. I thought for sure it was either going to be an aluminum can or a piece of brass. Turns out it's a drop 58. Alright. On to the next hole. Later, this is Earl. Alright, I'm about a couple feet from where I just dug that 58, and I just got a 64 to 72 signal. I take it it's going to be a bullet. Let's see if we can find it together. I don't have a probe, so. There it is. It's a bullet. It's a Williams cleaner, and nose cast. It's got a cast nose on it, but I love the cleaners, man. It's been a while since, I think a couple hunts since I got in the cleaner. So zinc ring still on there. It's got a little ding on it. It's most likely a plow hit. Little gash there. That's not me. Just for field. Like I said, these are field finds. This is plowed field. It's been a while. It's been probably about 8 or so years since they plowed it, but Williams cleaner bullet. And I think I'm gonna hunker around in this little spot. I got batteries. I probably have to change my batteries out here soon. They're on like the last leg, but I got backups in the pack. Got about an hour left to dig. Let's see what else we can find. Later. This is Earl. Alright, I'm back again. Looks like I got a piece of brass. Pretty sure it's a cap off of a pocket knife. Yeah, it's what it is. It's just a little end cap off a pocket knife. Might be old. Might be new. Kind of hard to tell without seeing the knife. We'll just call it a rib cap we'll just call it a cap off a rib knife. How about that? That'll work with me. That'll make the day even better. Yeah. Alright guys, piece of brass cover plate off a little pocket knife. Later. Alright, I was just telling you about them 55 signals. They're usually brass. I'm just getting the 55 signal again. I think I got another J hook, but it looks weird the way it's set up. But let's see what we got. It's right here. I don't know if you can see it, but I don't know if that's a J hook or not. I'm not sure what that is. Looks like a J hook, but it's got a straight shank. I never seen one with this. I don't know, man. Not too often I see a J hook with a straight shank, but it's got the J hook cap. I'm sorry. It's got the cap, but it's got a straight shank. Unless they bent it straight and cut it off, broke it off. I don't know. Might have been a rivet of some type, big rivet. But this Garrett the Garrett AT Pro. Usually in this field, right around 55 is my brass signals. But man, there's a lot of cans in there too. So here's the tip of the day. Hold on a minute. Let me put my piece away. The tip of the day. You guys got a place that you got to hunt all the time. or you're gonna be hunting for a long while. This is just one handful of junk I got out of my pocket. It's 3 times that, 4 times that in there. Of course, you see the old tin cans stuff. Get that stuff out of the field, man. Don't throw it back in your hole. Don't throw it in underneath the bush. You're gonna be hunting in here for a while. Get it out of there. That's one last signal you have to dig one more time. The good stuff's in there if you got a productive spot, but sometimes you gotta get the trash out of there. Every time I come in here, I have a pouch full of trash. Eventually, I'll get down to digging the iron out of here. Most of the iron I'm walking over anything from 31 down, but because there's a lot of good signals left in here yet. When I get to the point where my signals are dead, then I'll start digging that iron. But get your trash, carry it out, guys. It's save you a hole digging next time around. Who knows, it might be something good. This is Earl. I don't have a whole lot more time left. I gotta go pick up my daughter here in a little while, so I'll see y'all later. Alright, tubers, this is Earl. This is alright, and let's get to it. Let's do a wrap up what I found today. Got the book, Civil War Artifacts, a guide for the historian. This is Howard Crouch's book. If you hunt relics, Civil War relics especially, this is one book you need to get. It's got a little bit of everything. This is just the front page. There's a nice Masonic badge. Good focus. Corps badge. Louisiana plate. Bugle hat pin. But my find for today, what I was talking about is a bit boss. Now here's the bridle bit, or the typical bridle bit. There's different variations, but here's your bit boss right here on the side, and the piece I found would have been this piece right here on the bit boss, or on the bit. Now here's the piece I found, and here it is in the book. Howard Crouch, number 3. And what does it say? A rare specimen denoting the US Cavalry. A rare specimen. I knew it was pretty rare when I dug it. Like I said, I never dug one with the narrow tops, the dish back. I couldn't see it first. I first thought it had something like this when I first started cleaning it, and then I realized it was intertwined US, and I didn't even notice it. And I thought I had a broken lip. Then I realized it was a C in the US Cavalry. But I'm just stoked as all heck. This thing, I'm not gonna clean up all the way. I'm gonna leave the dirt because it leaves the highlights out of it, and it makes the letters pop out. So
28 trucks up there, Virginia.
Here it is once again cleaned up. Here's the dish back.
28.
This thing is just cool as all
Victor
heck.
Bravo Kilo 5682.
Hang on a minute, I'm gonna turn the scanner down.
To Virginia.
Alright. So that's my find of the day.
28.
Probably my best find the last several months. Maybe one of the nicest finds from the field besides the plates. And I tell you what, I think I might like this even better than the plates, to be honest with you. Alright. My friend Jonesy. Right at the very end of the day, that field is nothing but shale. And right up there near my truck, this piece of quartz caught my eye. I picked it up once, threw it back down, and right before I left, I said, I better go back and get that quartz piece because it doesn't belong in this field. So I knew it was hand carried in. But I think it's, I think you guys call them monofaced or unifaced. The backside's flat. It's got a huge old gargoyle stack on top. And looks to be a stemmy with maybe, I don't know, you guys call these corner notches or just a stemmy. But this piece here has been, I'm pretty sure this is a point. There's been a bad fracture right along this edge, and there's been a second fracture up there. Of course, like I said, this is a plowed field, and I got screwed. So, but that's my first, pretty sure it's my first point in a while. It's pretty cool. Kind of a little stoked about that. I wish it had been whole, but you know, plowed fields are plowed fields. Alright, the other good find of the day, my Enfield bullet. That thing's just all bad. its hull. It has a doesn't have a deep wide cone. A lot of them have a deep wide cone and then a basswood plugger going in the back. Basswood's almost like balsa wood, and then the basswood would trap in the paper cartridge on the back end. But this one's got a cone base, deep cone, but it's not gradual. This one's like a real pointed cone. An infield bolt, like I said, I think it's probably been 7 or 8 years since I dug an infield, so I'm pretty happy on that. Also got Williams cleaner. It's been dropped. I got a 58. Like I said, I thought it'd been wormed. I don't know if it's going to focus or not. It has been wormed, but it just barely had the worm go in it. I looked at it. You can see the corkscrew effect, but they didn't go in far with the worm. They must have gotten it out without having to use it. It has that one ding there, so it's pretty much. A dropped or a pulled bullet. Then I got 2 more 58s, and like I said, I dinged that one, unfortunately. So I got 3 58s, a Williams cleaner, and an infield bullet. Of course, I got your typical lead blobs, and I got what I call a righty J hook. Got this other stud of some type. It's got a J hook top. Sorry about that. It's got a J hook top, but as you can see, most of them have a little bit of straight stem, but then they quickly turn. This is just a long one, so this is probably a stud of some type. Then I got the end off a pocket knife. And last but not least, cuff button. There's just a small little fragment of the button. It was an eagle button. It's a cuff, but like most buttons here in the valley, they're just all ate up. So that's the finds for the day. Beautiful US Cavalry Bit Boss, quartz arrowhead, infield bullet, cleaner, 358s, J hook, stud, and some other miscellaneous stuff. Hope you guys had a great day. I had a great day, and see you at the next hunt, man. I got talked to a friend of my wife's today, or a co-worker of my wife's, well, actually my wife's boss, and might have a hunt lined up here in about a week or two. About 70 acres land. It's a prime spot. It has been hunted hard over the years, but no site's hunted out, just like the one I'm in now. It is a hunted spot too, so it ain't hunted out. So got some high hopes. There's some good stuff been found in there in the past, and hopefully we'll find some stuff. I'm gonna let him use my white SimXT. I'm gonna use the AT Pro, and hopefully have another hunt here coming up soon. Alright guys, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.